G'day all you full tossers, fine leg yappers and open face slappers. This is the Everything Down Leg Cricket Podcast. Of course, you know me, I'm Joey, usually the co-host of this show. Our fearless leader, Reese, is unavailable as it is heading into Christmas and there are other commitments going on. So I am joined this week by familiar face, of course, of the Ruck Infringement Podcast, the Saint, Josh Bradley. How are you, mate?
I'm good. How are you, Joe?
Mate, fantastic. I'm sitting on the shagging couch, and it's weird not having you here on a Monday night.
Yeah, it's been weird not being there for the last, who knows how long, maybe 4 months.
Yeah. Do you want to tell people what happened? You injured your leg, didn't you?
Yeah, did my ankle playing some sport.
Ah,
Pretty bad.
yeah, not good at all. Well, mate, we've missed you.
Oh yeah, beer. The name says it all. Cold, crisp and smoother than a Mark War cover drive.
Perfect for celebrating wins, drowning losses, or just yelling, "Oh yeah," with your mates.
It's the beer that turns a backyard barbecue into a test match after party. Oh yeah, beer. Crack one and let the good times roll.
Talking about sport, why we're here. The third test is over, of course, at Radelaide, and rad it was, mate. Before we deep dive into it, what were your thoughts straight after the game?
Straight after, I was like, my thoughts went straight back to what Piers Morgan and all the other pommies were saying and whinging about.
Yeah,
Saying that the worst team since, 2010?
yeah,
Showed
so
them,
good.
didn't we?
Oh, mate, honestly, that was my favourite part of the whole thing was that, yeah, these guys came out worst team since 2010, 15 years, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, to stick it to the Pommies was fantastic. If you do hear me tonight and my voice is a little bit croaky, I did have influenza. My whole family had it last week, so we are just recovering from there. I'm very sorry if I cough during this episode. Don't worry, you're not going to get infected through the phone. But I'm over. I'm at the end of it now, but still got a bit of a lingering cough. So if you do hear that, that's the reason. All right, mate. Let's get into it. I've got a couple of questions. This is the conference room.
Welcome to the conference room, where world cricket takes the zoom. Big hits, bold calls, global chat, international cricket dissected.
All right, mate. Now, a couple of questions for the conference room. All the highs and lows of the third test at the Adelaide Oval. Now, first one I had the Smith late withdrawal. That was pretty late, and then Usman got brought into the team at number 4, mate. Usman actually did all right. I think a lot of people were proven wrong.
Yeah, no, I've got a lot of family members that don't really like Uzi, but I've always stood by him. Like,
Yeah,
off field, on field, he's seems like one of the best blokes that you can come across. Him coming into the team for Smith, yes, it wasn't a straight swap, but he sure showed some of those haters up.
he did. I think batting down the order was better for him. He makes a nice 80 odd in the first innings and then 40 odd in the second. So it's not too bad. He's probably done enough to hold his spot, mate. The return of Captain Pat, I thought he was fantastic again in his bowling, as he always is. We don't know about his injury heading into the MCG, but mate, what do you think of Captain Pat's return?
Paddy coming back into the squad's always going to be a booster for him. Just the way he composes himself on the field just helps them out so much and helps Starkey out a lot, giving him more breaks and allowing him to rest up his old body.
Yeah, mate, for sure. All right, mate, the form of Travis Head and Alex Carey in this one, what did you think of them?
Yeah, going into it, you sort of look at Travis Head and his past tests at Adelaide and you sort of think, yeah, he'll do it again. He'll score another 100. And to that he did. In that second innings, that perfect 170 to give us that 435-run lead. It was just perfect. And then Carey on top of it, first innings, getting that 100, getting it for his dad, getting it for his family. and backing that up in the second innings with another 72 runs. He has probably cemented himself in the top 10 keepers in the last 20 years.
Oh, for sure. Maybe even top 5. The form he's in at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
But got a Travie head, of course, on my shirt there, so represent. Mate, I just thought they were incredible. And to do it in front of their home faithful as well, both Adelaide boys, it would have meant a lot to them. So, mate, they were amazing. And, of course, Alex Carey, just with his stumpings and his catch, I think they said he's taken 19 dismissals so far in the match, which is incredible. Mate, let's talk a bit about Mitchie Starc now. Still flying. Probably... In regards to wickets, not as many this test as he has in the previous, but again, another 50.
Yeah. Starkey is doing his best to stake his name in the best, I won't even just say bowlers, but all-round players that Australia have had in the most recent years. What is it? 250s for the series so far?
3, I believe.
Yeah,
I think 3.
350s.
Yeah.
350s so far is just absolute insane as a number 9 batsman.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's really cementing himself as an all-rounder, and we always knew he could bat because he's done it previously, but this series is really, really set the light. Mate, of course, our boy Nathan Lyon, the GOAT, overtakes Glenn McGrath with test wickets all time, moves into second just after Shane Warne, which is incredible stuff as well. So Nathan Lyon, really good, of course. An injury at the end didn't look great, doesn't look great for the rest of the series. But, mate, what'd you make of the GOAT?
After being dropped in that second test match, he felt like he had to perform, and perform he did.
Oh, yes.
With his 2 wickets in the first and 3 in the last, he has made his way back into that team, and if it wasn't for the injury, he would never be dropped again.
Yeah, for sure. I have to agree with you, and I think the selectors are sort of ruining it a little bit that they dropped it. Like, that's probably the first time I've seen a player of his caliber, a Warner McGrath. Warner McGrath would have never got dropped at that stage of their career. It's crazy to even think that he did get dropped. But anyway, it is what it is. Bailey's a selector, not us. Mate, let's move over to England now. Probably England's best test so far. Look, they've been pretty poor, so to say it's their best is not hard. It was their best test so far this summer. Archer, I thought, bowled a lot better, even with something going on, so that was good. But he also made his first test 50, mate. Take us through that.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Joff, but...
Nah, me neither.
Honestly, in this test, he has proved himself to be in that team for the next, who knows, 10 years. And his performance, his first 50, it gave the Poms that little bit of hope that we could do this, which is what they needed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, I think he was definitely vastly improved from the last one, but I don't know. I mean, I don't like talking about England too much. Mate, the next man I want to talk about, though, Ben Stokes. Now, the lifeblood of this team, he must have a sore back because he has carried this squad for 3 tests now. He kept his side in a nice 80-odd there. But he just... the problem with Stokes is he just gets a little... he keeps his head for a long period, but then he just can't hold it at the end. Lost his cool there, a little bit of a temper tantrum. He looked like he was taking his batting ball and heading home. But, mate, we finally got to see Zach Crawley and what he could do. There's been a lot of talk about Zach Crawley coming through and what a great player he is, but we haven't seen it really at a test level. And finally, he showed us that in the second innings. I thought he was very, very good. They're just... What I think I found with England, there wasn't enough urgency. There wasn't enough urgency to get it done. And even in that second innings, they needed 83 runs at one stage, and they just gave away stupid wickets. Like Jamie Smith, he's on 60, and he tries to slog the ball. Like, mate, you're on 60. Put your head down. Get your runs. Like they had a real good chance of winning, and they just made stupid errors. Not enough urgency in the team. But mate, I think what really disappointed me was the likes of Root, Brook, and Duckett. They've all struggled this series.
Yeah, no, I think you're missing one in there as well. Yeah, along with those three in Root, Brook, and Duckett, you're missing out their big number 3 that was coming in
Ollie
Ollie
Pope.
Pope.
Yeah.
All 4 of them, nothing this series apart from Root's century. That's it. That's all they have to write home about.
Yeah, it's not great, mate. It's for a team that, I mean, look, Brook is touted as a future legend at number 4. Root, we know what Root has done. Duckett's an opener, so you should be scoring better than that. And yeah, Ollie Pope, like at first drop, it's one of your most crucial batting positions. So yeah, it's interesting. I thought the bowling improved for England, but Australia retain the Ashes. We keep it here on our shores. Absolutely fantastic, mate.
This episode is fueled by Gibson Country Style Jerky. Tougher to put down than Steve Waugh in the 99 Ashes.
Packed with flavour, perfect for road trips, match days, or just pretending you're out bush. Forget soggy snacks, this is the real deal. Gibson Jerky. Chew like a champ, play like a legend. This episode is brought to you by The Corner Post, the local sports store that's more reliable than a third umpire review.
Forget dodgy gear and backyard knockoffs. They've got the proper kit, merch, and fan essentials to keep you looking sharper than a cover drive through point.
Whether you're cheering from the stands or sledging from the couch, The Corner Post has you sorted. Support local, play hard, and don't get caught out. Shop The Corner Post.
We'll go into a bit of the MCG later, but I want to jump us now into some domestic cricket. We're going into the domestic blitz.
This is Domestic Blitz, where state rivalries exist. Big moments, big hits, score a 6. Then some moments that'll give you the shits. It's Domestic Blitz.
All right, domestic blitz. It's all the latest from the Big Bash. Now, mates, I know you love the Big Bash. I love the Big Bash. Luke and Harry both love the Big Bash. And they're going to hate me saying this, but the Sixers are absolutely flying at the moment.
They had a rough start with that first game, but after that first game, they've sort of kicked themselves into gear. And Babar Azam in their last game finally got a little bit of runs to his name. And it's good to see those international players, their first season in the Big Bash, and they're starting to get used to it. They're starting to know who the bowlers are, even without playing them.
Yeah, for sure. I've been really impressed with what I've seen from the Sixers. Of course, Josh Phillippe, I thought, has been really, really good too.
Same as Jackie Edwards. Edwards
mate.
has been good.
Jack Edwards has been incredible, and yeah, to have that prowess that he can bowl and bat, he's been doing both. Fantastic. Took a 5 for the other night, which was incredible to see. But mate, the other team that I couldn't believe what I was watching was the Scorchers v Heat game. Now, I thought when Scorchers set their score, I thought there's no way Heat are going to chase this down. Not only did they chase it down, they won, and then set their own records. Mate, take us through your thoughts.
Oh, I had this game on from the start. I wasn't expecting it to be this good of a game, but when Connolly came out and just started smashing them around the park, I was like, okay, we're in for a high scoring for one team, and the other team's going to just either drop it short or they're going to come out swinging as well. And to that they did. Brisbane Heat coming out after losing the first wicket on the very first ball of their innings in Colin Munro.
Yeah.
Matty Renshaw and Jack Wildermuth just going ham on the Scorchers. Didn't matter who came on the bowl. Didn't matter if it was a tried and tested Jai Richardson or a part-timer in Cooper Connolly. They just went after him, and both of them scoring a century. I think it's the first time in Big Bash history where 2 players have scored a century in the one innings.
Wow.
It was just a great game to watch, and Dad doesn't watch much Big Bash, but I told him that's the one game that he really missed out on watching.
Mate, excuse me. I was very harsh on Wildermuth last week. They chose to open him and he got a duck, and I thought, well, I don't know if this is the answer moving forward. Well, it was the answer. He was absolutely incredible, as you said. And then again on the flip side of that, Colin Munro last week was incredible, and then this week got a duck. So, look, I think the only issue I have with the Heat is that they can't bat deep. So their batting depth it dies around 5 or 6. Whereas the likes of the Scorchers, they can bat real deep. You know, they've got Ashton Turner coming in at 7. You know, and we know that he can still bat. So, you know, they bat deep, but mate, what an incredible game that was. I mean, yeah, it just it really set it alight, mate. The Hobart Hurricanes, Chris Jordan taking one of his records last night, 4 wickets for 10 runs. Incredible stuff from CJ.
Oh, Chrissy Jordan, like, he's jumped around to clubs and everything, but I think him going back to Hobart, he sort of just found his family. They all get around him no matter what, and it's helped him with his game so much.
Yeah.
Even the difference between when he was playing for England and when he's playing for Hobart, his game just lifts so much.
Yeah, he's a fantastic player. Mate, currently watching the Thunder taking on the Brisbane Heat at the moment. The Thunder are none for 105. Sam Constas just got his half century, and Matt Gilks is on 50 as well. So 105 partnership, obviously none out yet. So incredible stuff there. 105 opening partnership of 66 balls at the moment. So
might be looking at another high-scoring game against the Heat.
We might. And I think the Thunder know that they're going to have to put on a score if they're going to win. So, yeah, look, good stuff at the moment. Of course, our BBL Supercoach is going. You can join still. There's plenty of time to join our comp. EDL Ruck Pod Comp is what it's called. And, of course, the code I will drop in the description on this video as well. So make sure you do jump into that if you haven't yet. Good first week of Supercoach for me. I had a couple of doubles play. I try and utilise the players. Obviously, the Sixers had the 2 games in round 1, which helped with them. I had Jack Edwards in there. He got 215 odd. Very good. But I think if you're looking at a player moving forward, the Hurricanes have the double play coming up. So they've got the 2 games coming up. So players like Ben McDermott should be in your side. Maybe a Tim David if he gets going as well. I don't mind young Ahmed. He's quite cheap at the moment if you are looking for a cheap option. And, of course, fill up with Scorchers. I mean, I've got Aaron Hardy. I think you have to have Cooper Connolly. I think if you're playing Supercoach and you don't have Connolly, then you're going to lose every game because he is an absolute champion at the moment. Players on my chopping block for Supercoach, Mitch Marsh. 2 performances two performances that I have not been impressed with from him. I think I'm going to be trading him out this week, so stay tuned for that. And probably Sean Abbott as well. I actually thought Sean Abbott would play for the Sixers, but hasn't played a game yet, so I'll be trading him out for someone different as well. But that is it for Supercoach. That is it for Domestic Blitz.
Stay fancy eyewear, because squinting into the sun is for rookies. Look sharp, play sharp, and turn heads, whether you're at the crease, the pub, or the office.
These aren't just safety glasses, they're a statement. Stay fancy, see the game in style, and stay one step ahead of the glare. This episode of Everything Down Leg is brought to you by Wick Coffee, the only thing stronger than a Curtly Ambrose stare down.
Forget instant, that stuff's about as useful as a broken Kookaburra bat. Wick Coffee hits harder than a 6 over cow corner and keeps you buzzing longer than a rain delay ramp.
So if you're dragging your feet like a tail ender facing spin, grab a Wick. Smooth, bold, and guaranteed to wake you up quicker than an LBW will appeal.
Wick Coffee. Don't just face the day, smash it out of the park.
let's jump into local legends.
Local legends swing big on the cricket pitch. Crack of the bat, what a mighty hit. Our hometown heroes never quit. It's local legends. It's local legends.
All right, all the best cricketing from around the local grounds. Now, mate, I found this one over the weekend, and this was incredible. Now, tell me what you think once you hear this. Thomas Spencer of Wallington achieved an impressive 7-wicket haul against Surf Coast Suns during a round 8 A-grade match in the Geelong Cricket Association. It was a standout effort mentioned in recent local cricket highlights as well. 7-wicket haul for Thomas Spencer. Of course, we don't really know. I didn't get his age or anything there, but, mate, I think to take 7 wickets in any form of cricket is impressive.
Oh, 100%. Like anything over that sort of 3-4 wicket mark in the local cricket is something to be proud of. And to go and get 7 wickets is just amazing.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you
especially
see
in
some.
A grade.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. And like you see some players who play for Australia that aren't even taking 7 wickets. So, yeah, mate, great shout there. Good on you, Thomas Spencer of Wallington, mate. Fantastic. If you do listen to the show, fantastic job, mate. Mate, local update for you. Are you playing this year? You're not playing, are you?
No, I'm not playing this year. I was going to, and then
Yeah.
some loser had to go and injure his foot. So unfortunately, I'm not playing, but I have been keeping up to date with the boys' cricket.
Oh, very good. Well, give us an update on how the boys are going at Glenbrook.
So boys this year have actually gone out of their 8 games played. They've won 4 of them.
Not bad.
2 of their wins coming in the last 2 weeks. This weekend just gone, and they ended up beating Springwood by 4 wickets in the end. After changing up the batting order, and our good friend Luke coming in at, I think he said he came in at 8 for some reason. Ended up 32 not out, and another good mate of mine in Christopher Weller ended up 65 not out that day.
Very good. Well, that's fantastic to hear. Of course, if you are listening, it's the stats man Luke, of course, and Harry, the international cricket sensation, both playing for Glenbrook there. So check it out. Pretty awesome stuff.
Shout outs to Print Creative Solutions Penrith, the crew who make your brand look as sharp as a freshly pressed baggy green.
Posters, merch, business cards, they print it all. No fuss, no dramas.
If you can dream it, they'll ink it. Print, your ideas, your colours, your style to life.
Beginnings need a solid foundation, and that's where Dream Flooring Penrith comes in.
Timber vinyl carpet, they'll cover your pitch better than a groundskeeper before a storm.
Whether it's your lounge, your man cave, or the kids' playroom, they'll lay it down right. Dream Flooring Penrith, flooring that lasts the distance.
All right, mate, we are now going to jump into some fun with the rundown.
I've got the runs, no, not that kind of cricket runs. Oh, whatever, let's kick it off, because it's time for the rundown. The latest news on the scene.
All right, this is the rundown. We are looking towards the MCG, the Boxing Day test. Mate, one of the best tests that's going around. I love Boxing Day, full of ham. You know, you're hungover. You sit on the couch and you're like, Gary takes 6 for, well, Scotty G, 6 at the G. Fantastic stuff. But, mate, let's look towards it. Now, the first question I had, does Cummins and Lyon play? We know that Lions probably won't. Lyon probably won't. Cummins, do we think he's a chance, or does he rest himself?
I think there's a high chance Cummins will play, given that there's a 5-day break?
Yeah.
4-day break. He's gonna somehow, just before the toss, come in, talk to Ronnie, and go, "Put me in, coach."
I love it. Ron Ball, they're absolutely loving Ron Ball at the moment. If not, who takes his place? Now, I've obviously thrown around Michael Nessa, played last test, so you think he's the obvious choice there. But spin-wise is interesting. We've had the likes of Todd Murphy and Kuhneman play previously, but they haven't really been setting the world alight this year. Any ideas into who might spin for our nation?
I'm pretty sure he's a spinner, but Roger Coley,
Yes, he's doing very well at the
West
moment.
Australian. Surely he'd be next in line to jump into that team.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Do you think that we need to? I think it's a good time to start blooding. We've already won the Ashes series, so let's start looking towards the future because we already know that, Gary's 38, so he probably doesn't have that many years left in him. Even a player like Trav Head, who is our part-time spinner, is beyond 30 now as well. So I think looking to the future, I think that's a fantastic shout. I've heard really good things about him. The other one's Bo Webster, mate. Of course, I think Cam Green's under a lot of pressure. I think Cam Green is under immense pressure. He has not done what he's been in this team to do, and I think Bo Webster would do it better. Mate, what's your take on that? Do you think Green will lose his spot?
I don't think Green will lose his spot. I think someone else might lose their spot to bring big slug
Josh
in.
Inglis?
Joshy
Maybe
Inglis.
Yep.
We drop Joshy Inglis, bring Bo Webster in. Surely the pressure that's on Cam Green is going to drop off significantly.
Yeah, I think so. I think the big thing for me is that we don't need a specialist batsman. We don't need having Inglis in there is pointless if he's not scoring runs anyway. We've got Alex Carey as our keeper. We don't need a specialist batsman. I don't see the point of it. And Bo Webster can bat anyway, and it adds another bowling opportunity. He can spin too, so it wouldn't be a bad play to bring him in to cover for Nathan Lyon at the MCG. But it'll be interesting. Of course, Smith returns.
I think there is one more actually that we could put in there if we're trying to blood some new people into the team.
Yep.
He's been in the squad. Good old Marley Beardman.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, not bad at all.
After watching him in the previous under-19s World Cup, he has that pace. He has the swing. He's going to be one of the next bowlers that comes in for Paddy, for even Josh Hazelwood, just to bring that little bit of extra in.
Man, I love it. It's always a good shout. Mate, Smith returns. Has Usman done enough to keep his spot? I personally think they may return Travis Head to number 5 and Usman replaces Jake Weatherall.
Yeah, I'm thinking that if Uzi keeps his spot, it'll be in place of Weatherall.
Yeah.
And I reckon they'll keep Trav up top.
Yeah.
Open him up with Uzi. You got Uzi who can just stick around, and Trav who just does Trav things. Which does mean Weatherall does get dropped after 3 tests, but who knows?
But also, Usman's 39, so Weatherall, it's not like he would have long to wait. I think this could be sort of a swan song for Usman. Let him play these last 2 tests, get a couple of centuries, finish your career on a high. Mate, if we're looking at the makeup of the team, I'm going the team as it stands at the moment. I've actually got Travis Head and Weatherall will start. I've got Labuschagne at 3, Smith at 4. I've then put Usman at 5 in place of Cam Green. I've then gone Bo Webster, Alex Carey, and then into my bowlers, Mitch Stark. I don't have Cummins playing, so I've gone Stark, Nisa, that young spinner you mentioned, because Reese mentioned him as well. I really like him. And Boland. And that's my 11 there. So, look, not a bad team. I mean, look, they said we wouldn't win without Cummins and Hazelwood, and we did. So, I'm not too worried at all. Mate, can England win the test?
I think they can. I think they won't win the Boxing Day test. I think it'll go into the Sydney test at 4-0 to Australia, and England will pull it back somehow, and they'll either finish a test with a draw, which will be a win in their books,
Absolutely,
or they'll come out all guns blazing. They'll bring in a different bowler in place of probably Brighton Cast. Yes, he's done all right, but I don't think he's done enough to keep his spot.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, if they do that, they've surely got to win the test at Sydney.
Yeah, look, it'll be interesting to see. Only time can tell. But, mate, again, that is it for the rundown. Now, we are absolutely flying this week. It's fantastic to see. We're going to jump into our next segment, Fifth Drop.
1, 2, 3, 4. What comes next?
Oh, that's right.
It's time for the fifth drop.
5 favorite moments, count them off.
Now, if you are tuning in for the first time, Fifth Drop is our top 5 segment. So this week I have picked top 5 best individual Ashes performances that you have witnessed. Now, I'm going through 5, not in any particular order, but my first one, the super sub, Marnus replaces Smith. This was in the Ashes series a couple of years ago over in England when Archer bowled the ball, it hit Smith in the head, and he had to go off. And we had not seen Marnus Labuschagne play, and he came on and scored, I think it was 60 odd. That was the start of Marnus, and I thought, it was a brilliant knock to come on as a sub and then to do that, I thought was incredible. Mate, my second one, Mitch Johnson stare down. 2013-14 Ashes. Mitch Johnson, you could not touch the guy in 2013-14. He had absolute spiders on him. Poor Jonathan Trott, he sent him home with mental illness. That's how scared Jonathan Trott was of Mitchell Johnson. But it was the handlebars for me, mate. He had the handlebars moustache and was absolutely destroying anyone. But I remember the stare down between him and Jimmy Anderson. I think Anderson got bowled and he just, as Anderson wore, he just watched him the whole way. So I'll never forget the Mitch Johnson stare down. My third one I actually had was from this test. Alex Carey does it for Dad. I thought Carey scores a century for his dad who just passed away due to cancer. I thought that was just incredible scenes because we know how much emotion plays into cricket. We remember what happened with Phil Hughes, and then Dave Warner comes out, gets an incredible century during that period as well. So emotion and cricket actually really go hand in hand, and I thought Alex Carey doing that was incredible. Mate, the next one I had, Travis Head scores almost the fastest century. This was in the first test at Perth. I thought he was incredible there. I mean, he was seen in my beach balls. He just came out and you couldn't play the guy. You could not play him at all. He was just destroying the ball. It was going everywhere. And, mate, the last one I had, only because we're heading into the MCG, is Scotty Boland. 6 at the G, 6 for 7 on debut as well. Mate, incredible scenes. Ashes. I don't think the English knew what to do, and build the man a statue. It's been talked about for a long time, but they are 5 of my Ashes moments, mate. Do you have any that stick in your mind?
Yeah, I do have 2 actually from this test. It's got to be Carey, 172. Just absolute dominance of the Poms. And then Trav Head, just the iconic players he put his name up against for the most centuries at a single ground in a row. 4
that's right.
centuries in Adelaide in a row along the lot, like up there with, who else was it? I think Bradman's got 2 of them, actually. I think there were 2 more players that they put up there and just legendary players of the game. I've also got one in here, not from an Aussie standpoint, though. I've got one in here about...
Okay, hit us.
KP, Kevin Peterson, in the 2005 Ashes over in England, scoring 148, I think it was, at the Oval. Just securing the win for the series, pretty much against the Aussies over there was just a big thing for them. I don't know what else I would put in there. Probably Scotty Sixfer. Scotty Sixfer was so good to watch. Just coming into the team.
Yeah. Just because it was on debut as well.
At that age as well, it just sort of kicked us up a gear, that series, and helped us to build the team pretty much for the following tests after that. Didn't have to be an Ashes, could be overseas.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
he was always one of those names that were at the top of the list for the squad.
Yep. Mate, I agree. Some fantastic Ashes moments there. What we might do is we might reach out to our viewers and listeners and send us in your 5 best Ashes moments from all time that you've witnessed or that you've watched as well. So send those through and we'll have a bit of a yarn. Well, that's it for that one. We're gonna jump into our last segment, nice and short tonight. Our last segment, viewer questions.
Viewers and listeners' questions coming in hot. What's the call? What's the shot? You ask, will be subjective. Cricket answers to your questions. That's the objective.
All right, we have one viewer question this week from our good friends at Wick Coffee, of course, a sponsor of this podcast, and big shout out to them. Now, the question was about Josh Inglis, and he said, Renshaw in, Inglis, and bring 2 spinners in. So I think he means Renshaw in, Inglis out, and bring 2 spinners in. What is your thoughts on that?
I think Renshaw was a bit hard done by to not be in the squad right from the start. So I think it's a good shout, even if you just bring him into the squad, just to have that sort of backing if there is any injuries or anything before the game. Taking 2 spinners to the MCG is probably a good shout as well, with how slow it can get after day 2. As we know, day 1 and day 2 at the MCG, paces galore. Like, that is what you want and what you need at that ground.
Yeah, mate, I have to agree. You nailed it right on the head there. I would do exactly the same. I don't think Renshaw would be lost in Australian jumper. He's worn it before and he's done the job for our nation before. So, yeah, I think it's a great shout. But thank you to Wick Coffee for sending through that question. Of course, please do get your viewer questions in when the post does drop. Hey, legends, sorry for the lack, therefore, of video in this one. I just want to say that was Josh. I'm Joey. Thanks so much for tuning in to our latest episode of Everything Down Leg. We hope you have a very, very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Enjoy it with loved ones. Eat lots of ham. But until next time, take those wickets.
That's been Everything Down Leg. Thanks for listening today. Your summertime cricket fix in that classic Aussie way. From big hits, centuries, and moments you had to see. Join us again next time for your favorite summertime cricket podcast guarantee.